You could die for it. You could rise to the top, kiss the sky for it. We gon' ride for it, kick around for it. Nigga, put your Oaks on, we gon' shine for it. You could lie for it, you could die for it. You could rise to the top, kiss the sky for it. We gon' ride for it, kick around for it. Nigga, put your Oaks on.
Yeah, that's your boy OD the GM. Back for another one after the big W heard around the world. How we beat Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. And Cam Newton, he ain't much to talk about anymore. Alright. But, there's still plenty of work to do. I read a few articles on Bleacher Report. But there's evidence, that Brian Flores is actually a tremendous coach. He has his team dominating despite its flaws. And it hasn't been all gimmies, obviously. They easily defeated the Ravens on short rest just 2 weeks ago. And a lot of people want to say this and that, but the Ravens and whatever. The Dolphins showed up, kicked ass. Simple and plain. Our bye is after the Giants game. I got confused in the last episode. After the Giants game it is. And the next 3 teams that we're going to face with losing records, that's the Giants, Jets, Saints. I think the Saints is the prime time game. Right? And there's little margin for error. And they will have to step it up with a road finale in Tennessee and a home finale against the Patriots. But the momentum is there, holding on to our slim playoff hopes. At the bottom of the bucket, being in the hunt at 5-7. This was widely viewed as a playoff caliber team prior to our horrendous start. But we still could sneak into the postseason, especially if the cannibalism continues in the AFC West. Those teams just beating up on each other, and the guys are just hovering above 500. Justin Herbert had that strong start to the season. They are faulted. The Raiders' strong start to the season. They are faulted. So the Dolphins, we just gotta hang in, make plays, continue to do what we are doing, and sneaky that we're 13th in against the running defense, a team where guys were running all over us basically, and we've shored that up. I think Raekwon Davis coming back has helped us in that area, and we're doing well. It's hard to run on us. The Dolphins allowed just 36 points in the previous 3 games. And our defense continued its remarkable turnaround against Carolina. Okay? So, teams are finding it very hard to score in Miami right now. And Sunday is evidence that Tua, with a little bit of time, his time comes because he navigates the pocket and because of Philip Lindsay on a play that I'll get to. But let's talk about draft picks right now. The Philly pick, which was ours, is now at 10. Okay? And our pick now, San Fran has turned it on as of late. The pick is now 21. That sucks. But I'll take W's any day. Tua, he was about 230 yards. I think he threw 2 touchdowns on the day. And a lot of maneuvering in the pocket to buy himself time to make plays. And the O-line still sucks. It still feels like, an iceberg, a glacier just giving way at times. And Tua has to navigate it to get the ball off. It still looks that way to me. Let's talk about Jalen Phillips, the other Jalen. Quietly, 6.5 sacks this year. Okay, he started off slow. Flo them don't want to play him all the time. They still don't play him all the time. And he is now learning the NFL game and starting to impose his will on tackles. You know, and getting to the quarterback. 6.5 sacks already. Jaylen Waddle, 137 and a touchdown in that game. You see, Jaylen Waddle wasn't in the conversation with Cincinnati's receiver as top rookie pass catchers in the league, right? But now he's cooled off and Jaylen has come on. And Jaylen, he might break records. He might have the most catches amongst rookies in the NFL this year. He's on pace to do it. You know, so Jaylen Waddle, man, he's, despite all the shit around him, he's getting his. You know, Javon Holland, ball hawking in the secondary. You can't get the ball where you need to get it quick enough anymore. He never was a big thrower. With his arm, he always had a cannon. But right now, that cannon is now a musket. That isn't as potent as it was, say, in 2015. You know, Xavier Howard baiting the guy, baiting Cam to throw it. Made it seem like he wasn't looking at the route and jumped it. Cam just can't get the ball there quick enough the way he used to. You know, we had two bad snaps. One I felt Tua still could have caught. The first one, the second one, you know, Austin Rita, whatever his name is, he's not a good center. He's not a good. He's okay, and I say that, you know, helping him out. Okay, run blocking, but he's not good pass. You know, it's not a good center. He's not. But Dita is on his way back. You know, we didn't get to fully evaluate Dita as a center because, you know, he got hurt and still a young guy, but I don't think he'll be the answer at center neither. You know, I think it's time. Just Chris Greer, they might hold on to their jobs. So time for you to spend some money on the offensive line because look at Justin Herbert. I watch that line perform in the front of him. And he has time to make decisions. Tua has no time. His time is 2 seconds to get that ball out, make his decision quick. The very, very few times that he has time to make decisions, is usually a big play for Miami, and that is very few. But if he has the time, he would pick apart some defenses. I mean, come on, let's give the kid a chance. You know, his play is what really helped Sunday. His maneuvering in the pocket, you know, finding throwing lanes and buying himself an extra half a second to make a play. He works hard in there being a quarterback. And to my Philip Lindsay point, when the left tackle Eichenberg got beat, basically, Philip Lindsay picked up that block that Tua hit Waddle on for that 50-yard play. Ain't much people talk about that. Philip Lindsay is one stretch that play. He made the block to help because that would have been a sure sack. And he made that play to get that ball out there, helping Tua. You understand? Philip Lindsay in pass pro is pretty good. And he ran with the ferociousness. He knew when to bounce it outside because there's nothing in the middle. He just didn't try to go out the middle, whatever the play design was, and running into a wall. It don't work. Vision is what I'm talking about. Lindsay he's more of an outside off tackle guy. You know, and I don't know. Maybe in a game or two, maybe after the bye, you may see him start. He may be the best running back on our roster. I don't think Gaskin looked a little happy on the sideline that Philip Lindsay was there. I don't think he looked. Maybe I'm reading into it, but his facial expression, I think he felt threatened. I don't know. Shouldn't be threatened. It's all about competition. You know, once again, Gesicki You know, a no-show, and it's not his fault. I still feel that Miami is, you know, they want to either lowball him or they're going to drop his stock. You know, I don't know what's going on with such a talented tight end. I hope he stays, man. It's a joy for me to watch Mike Gesicki, Robert Hunt, okay, and Christian Wilkins. I forgot his name, but these three guys, they have personality. They have fire. You understand? It's easy to root for those guys. And I would love to see those three guys in Miami for a long time. You know, I talked about Cam Newton and his arm. His arm sucks. He doesn't have the strength anymore that he has, so they ended up benching him because he was 5 for 21 and going into the fourth, or in the fourth already. And they brought in another QB, you know, trying to jumpstart their offense a little bit. He wasn't worth shit either. Dolphins defense did the same thing to him that they did to Cam. You know, so I told a lot of guys from the beginning, if Cam doesn't get that running game going with him and McCaffrey and using his legs, his arm will never beat Miami. It couldn't do it in New England the last game he played in New England. And it won't do it anywhere else. He won't. He's a watered down Cam Newton of what he used to be. It's like Fig Newton now. So the Miami Dolphins now quietly one of the hottest teams in the league. I think they tied with the second longest winning streak with Kansas City. And we making it run. It's sad that McCaffrey got hurt. You know, hurt a lot of people's fantasy teams. And my fantasy team, this is the first time in years I'm now on the playoff bubble. I'm on the outside looking in, trying to see if I can win my last 2 games to get in the dance. I mean, my team performed early in the season, and they have now cooled off. All of my players have now cooled off. Zeke, he got to be hurt. Something got to be wrong with him. You know, the Rams offense, I don't know. Sean McVay killing me. So I got Cooper Kupp there. You know, I got Cincinnati's quarterback. He is cooled off. Joe Burrow. You know, man, this is stressing me out, man. So I am at the mercy of these teams, and I need my guys. I need some luck right now to get back into the playoffs, because I promise that this is my last year playing fantasy football. You know, because I honestly won too much. You can't win every year, but it seems like almost every year. And I think a lot of guys who played with me, they were starting to resent me. You know, because I won too much. I think I won 6 out of the 9 years we played. You know, 1 year I didn't make the playoff. 2 years I was beaten in the finals. And I mean, I was beaten. I don't want to take it away from any of the guys that won, but they didn't beat me. I beat myself. Benching guys I knew I shouldn't have benched. You understand? Because injury starters were coming back, and I knew I shouldn't have benched the guys that took me there. So they didn't beat me by much. So I could have actually won 8 out of the last 9 if I, you know, but yes, neither here nor there. So fantasy playoffs coming up for a lot of guys, and for guys like me who got money on the line, as always, you know, we really have our hearts and souls into it. Some people play for fun. I don't do much for fun. So good luck to everybody trying to get a playoff spot in the fantasy football playoffs, coming down to the last 2 weeks of the regular season. Trade deadline is tomorrow, I think, at 12 for ESPN leagues. So this is OD the GM. We can link.